Joining me now is Senator Michael Bennet of Colorado. Among many things, he is a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Senator, it's great to see you. I just wanted to start by asking you, you're on the Senate Intelligence Committee. I don't want us to become numb to what's happening here. What do you make of this New York Times reporting about the effort to essentially change an intel assessment to make sure Tulsi Gabbard and Donald Trump don't look bad?
I was laughing, Jen, at the beginning because you characterized it by saying that, in short, is not how intel is supposed to work. And
Yes.
That is not how intel is supposed to work. You're not supposed to take the intelligence and manipulate it to tell the story you want to tell. It's not about politics. The intelligence agencies that support the president and the Congress, as you well know, are supposed to give their unvarnished view of the facts, which, by the way, doesn't mean they're right all the time. But we're supposed to be able to rely on the fact that they are giving us their truthful assessment as they can best determine it. And when politics interferes, when people ask to manipulate it to get your story straight, then you end up not getting the intelligence. And the president, if he even does read the daily presidential brief, you know, the president can't get the straight story. And you can see here, at a minimum, somebody trying to please the president, which is dangerous. You know, it happens in places where there's a dictator in charge, that other people are trying to anticipate what will make them happy.
I just want to add, yes, as you deal with many intel officials, I mean, they're apolitical. They are allergic to politics most of the time. They are just doing analysis. That's what they do. You sitting on the Senate Intelligence Committee, along with your Democratic and Republican colleagues, always you have to think about what could be happening out there. Do you think this forced rewriting could be happening elsewhere? Or is that something that you're concerned about within the intelligence community?
Well, that's got to be one of the things that we provide oversight on. And when you think about the checks and balances in our society right now and how important they are, from the work that, you know, people like Judge Boasberg in D.C. are doing, the courts all across the country that are striking down the president's actions. Another place that's really important is the oversight function of the Intelligence Committee in the Senate. And that is a bipartisan committee, and it's a place that traditionally has worked to provide that oversight in a bipartisan way, because we owe our responsibility not just to ourselves, but to the other members of the Senate who are counting on us to tell them the truth about what we learn there, or pass our own judgment about it without being able to share intelligence. They're relying on us to understand what that intelligence is. And I hope that will continue to be the way this committee behaves, but time will tell, and we'll have to see. It's no surprise to me at all that we would see this kind of behavior, though, when you've got a system that's being run by, you know, somebody like Tulsi Gabbard, who has paid so little respect to our intelligence agencies, but when she was a member of Congress, and now that she's been in the top job for President Trump.
There seems to be one of the many troubling trends is this lying. I mean, she was under oath when she said that. Of course, Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security. Others are lying when they're not under oath, which isn't good either. This is not, we have not really dealt with this before in terms of cabinet officials just flagrantly lying everywhere all the time. What are the repercussions for it? Are there any? What can people expect?
Well, I think this is, you know, there are many people at home, you know, that are furious with what Donald Trump is doing, and they're furious with anybody that they don't think is standing up sufficiently to Donald Trump. And I say to people, thank you for calling, you know, about my questioning of Tulsi Gabbard or Bobby Kennedy. And also, thank you for calling to tell me to do more. In the case, though, of Tulsi Gabbard, it's clear that she's lied before. And again, this is a place where Congress has a responsibility to push back, to reveal it to the American people. When she and the CIA director, you know, claimed that the defense secretary had not sent war plans out or classified information out on Signal, that was preposterous, and it was obviously a lie. And I think our airing of that in front of the American people gave them a very distinct impression that they not only weren't they being leveled with, but that she was lying about one of the most important things that somebody who's the head of the intelligence agencies in America could lie about, which is our war plans. It's cool to be on the Intel Committee, Jen. It's a neat place to be. Let me tell you something. There's virtually nothing that I've ever seen there as classified as what the Secretary of Defense sent out on his signal chat, not just to Tulsi Gabbard, but to his wife and brothers as well.
Which is not how the intel community is supposed to work. Just to end where we started, Senator Michael Bennet, I think you invited a lot of people to call your office. We'll see. Thank you for doing that, representing the people that you represent. Thank you for joining me.
Keep the calls coming. Thank you.